Hello, and we're back. Oh my gosh. Well, here's a special yoga short. I don't think I've recorded this in like over a year at this point. Maybe it's like 11 months. We can look at the timestamps on my YouTube. Um, and I think my film setup has gone a little bit downhill because there's so much backlight from this thing, and there's just nothing I can do about it. And that is fine because that's not the point. Today is another co-fez class. So every year in April, Kara and I like to do something to bring awareness and remember what happened in the 1900s with the Armenian genocide. So this year we are doing a mini co-fez class. She's recorded music and I will take you through a yoga flow. So I hope that you enjoy and find some peace and calm in your day and take a few minutes today to go read about what happened. There are resources below in my description. You'll find the music in the description. So I hope you do some yoga. I hope you learn something. And I hope you take the peace, gratitude, calm that you get from this yoga flow and move it into the rest of your day and share it with others. So you'll get another little description right here of what class will be like. But enjoy. This class is just meant for you to find some chill, calm, peace in your day. We are encouraging love, kindness, peace, calm, tranquility, whatever adjective you want to use. But yeah, let's get right into it. I will probably awkwardly walk back to this mat, but it's fine. Um, we are going to do just a mini flow. I don't even know what we're gonna do, but theme, peace, it'll come to me. I have two blocks, a blanket, and like a cushiony thing. Um, Grab anything. Feel free to pause the video and grab anything. But yeah, we're gonna start in a child's pose. And you can start the music that is in the description um, now. So, knees come as wide as your mat, big toes touch, hips are back towards your heels, and just let your arms go straight long out in front of you and let your forehead come rest down onto the mat. If your forehead doesn't touch the ground, please grab a block or a book or something so that your forehead touches the ground or touches something. It doesn't matter what it actually is. We just want to encourage um, the body to immediately relax. And by applying pressure to your third eye or your lower part of your forehead or what's right in between your eyebrows, um, we're encouraging our nervous system to turn off and we're encouraging ourselves to rest. And that is always a good thing. Our days are typically surrounded by running around and doing things, so this is just a nice little moment for you to rest. So take one more inhale here, one more exhale. And as you exhale, you'll bring yourself up onto all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then instead of taking some cats and cows today, just really see if you can wiggle and roll your spine around. Maybe circling your head, circling your hips, circling your torso, bringing yourself back and forth in between your child's pose and coming back maybe a little bit more forward on your hands. Just moving things around, stirring up your body, whatever feels good. Maybe you just woke up. Maybe it's time to wind down your day so you can move slower, move faster, whatever feels nice. And then begin to find some stillness. Hands come underneath shoulders, knees are really underneath hip. You're a nice little rectangle. And then keeping your hips and legs just as they are, you're going to walk your hands forward and you're just going to come into puppy pose. So this is a really nice opening on your armpits and your shoulders. Forehead comes to the ground, hips stay nice and up in the air. Arms are nice and lengthened out, finding a nice little crescendo in your arms. And it's almost like you still are keeping that left or that L shape with your legs as your arms come into like a slide position. Take one more inhale, opening up one more exhale, and then begin to walk your hands back up. Walk your hands a palm about in front of where they were. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and then come into a plank pose. So hands are underneath your shoulders, legs are super long. Yeah, why did I just say that twice? the power of filming. So legs are really nice and long. Feet are as imagining you're pressing up against a wall behind you. Belly's in, butt is tight. Pressing them down a little bit more with the thumb side knuckle of each hand. And then bend the knees and stick your butt up and come to your down dog. And breathe a sigh of relief from coming from a plank. From your down dog, pedal it out. So really just take some movement right and left. Depending on what part of the song you're in, you may have already heard the Kara kind of had a beat drop going there, which I found was a little bit funny. But very nice and calming music. Keep pedaling. You can shake an arm, you can shake your head, you can shake a leg. There goes an AirPod. Too rigorous. Cool. And then begin to find some visible stillness here. Slight bend in your knees and then stick your butt up to the sky. If you've never done a down dog with me, we always have a slight bend in our knees. It provides some more levity and ability for you to just be in your legs. Because if our legs are super stick straight, we're going to try to use our arms too much. Press down a little bit more strongly in the thumb side knuckle of your hands. Wrap your armpits in towards your heart so those inner parts of your elbows try to face the ceiling. Stick your butt bones up to the sky. Slight bend in your knees. Energy shoots down through the heels. One more inhale. One more exhale, and then begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. Once again, breathing a nice little sigh of relief that you're out of your dog. It's a lot of work. And then begin to find hip width distance with your feet. So you measure this out by putting two fists in between your arches, and then just let your arms dangle. Imagining that there's a magnet from the crown of your head. So that's the topmost point of your head, not your forehead. And the ground. So it's like your head is gradually trying to get closer to the ground. I highly recommend continuing to keep a bend in your knees here because it's just nicer to stay here like this. And then you can rock forward and back, right to left with your feet, just to try to find the midpoint of your feet. I'm still thinking of, in each of these poses, what can I do here that will make me feel a little bit more calm? Finding your breath, closing your eyes, changing how you're in the pose. You can do whatever you want. Yoga is all just a guidance for how you can move your body to learn something about your body. But if you know you really like something and you know you don't like something, use that information to your advantage too. Take one more inhale, just dangling. One more exhale. And then widen your feet so that they're almost as wide as the mat. I like finding my feet parallel to each edge of the mat, just so that I have a good measure and I know my feet are in one line. Then I'm going to find my left fingertips on the floor. You'll see my knees are really bent. Yes, I could straighten my legs and bend over, but it's nice to have this slight bend in your knees so that you feel more um, able in your low body. So fingertips are underneath your face. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, swim that right arm down, or please replace it with your left hand, and then lift your left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, swim that down. So this is just getting some openings in your shoulder. Taking these swims, keep going on the right and left side, going at your own pace with your breath. Finding that connection between your mind, body, and breath. Staying focused on what you're doing in this present moment. Imagining that your hips are pressed up against the wall so that as you move from one side to the other, you're only twisting in your torso and you're not really twisting in your hips. Take one more to either side. The legs are still holding you up nice and strong. And then let's switch which direction we're going. I don't know if we typically do this, but alas. So left arm comes up, take a nice little backstroke, and then replace. And then following your hand with your head if you haven't, backstroking. Take one or two more to either side. Continuing to follow your hand. Yeah. Still deciding what you want to do that will make you feel nice and calm. And then take one more on either side. Do whatever you do to need to even yourself out. And then you'll heel toe your feet all the way back so that they come underneath your hips again. And then you'll walk yourself back out to a downward facing dog. From here, we'll come into a tuck-toed up dog, my favorite thing. On your next inhale, roll your body forward and through. Come into a tuck-toed up dog. My hair's in my face. It's okay. And then bend your knees and stick your butt up, downward facing dog. Take another breath in your down dog. And exhale. Knees come down to the ground. Untuck the toes and just take a moment in your child's pose again. Resting your forehead down into something. Maybe you have a prop nearby. And from here, we're just going to go into a little mini flow. I always find taking some more flowy movements where we try to do one breath per movement is really nice. It also really distracts your mind and body to focus on the breath and the movement. You're still in your child's pose. So just listen to my voice as if you weren't doing that already. And we'll just get going. So you're in your child's pose right now with your knees and shins parallel. You're going to bring your arms back behind you so your hands come like right next to your feet. And then on your next inhale, you're going to lift yourself up. Arms will reach up to either side and then they'll lift up towards the sky. You'll forward fold over yourself to come into a child's pose. Roll your body forward and through and come into a tuck-toed up dog. And then bend your knees and stick your butt up, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, roll your body forward and through. Come back into that tuck-toed up dog. Knees come down, untuck the toes. Come back to your child's pose. Again, inhale, arms come back. Arms come up. And then arms come back down to your child's pose. We're just going through some cycles. Roll your body forward and through, tuck-toed up dog. Down dog. Tuck-toed up dog. Knees come down, untuck the toes. Bring your hips back, child's pose. Slightly different this time. Arms come back behind you. Lift your torso up. Arms keep moving back behind you. Lift your hips up. Head comes back. Hips come back down. Arms come up again. Forward fold over your legs. Roll your body forward and through, tuck-toed up dog. Come into your downward facing dog. We'll keep moving. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. Place that back knee down. Untuck the toes. You can leave them tucked. Reach arms forward, out and up. Anjaneyasana, forward fold. Low lunge. Hands come back down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, straighten both legs. Take a moment. One more inhale. One more exhale. Step your left foot up to your right. Find that hips width distance. Forward fold over your legs. Arms come out and up. Palms come up overhead, stand tall. Hands come through prayer. Arms come down by your sides. Lift your arms up. Forward fold over your legs. Step your right foot back. Place that back knee down. Untuck the toes. Find your right hand down on the ground. And then twist your left arm up to the left. One more inhale. One more exhale. Shoulders down and back. Slim that left arm down. Pull your hips back. Lift the left toes up. And then find your runner stretch. In here, I also try to keep things bent as much as possible because it's nice and you want to try to see if you can keep your chest or your belly to your thigh. Bend into that left knee, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, hands come down, down dog. Roll your body forward and through to your up dog right away. Knees come down, untuck the toes, come back to your child's pose. And if it feels nice, we'll take a couple moments here before we do the other side. You can grab for your heels and just feel really nice and contained and safe in the contact of your own body and just being so compact. You'll take one more inhale here and one more exhale. If your arms aren't pulled back already, you'll pull them back and then let your hands come back behind you. Hands come up on fingertips, hip lifts up, nice back bend, head comes back. Hips come back to your heels, arms come forward, forward fold over your legs. Oops, I messed up. But you know what to do. Come to your forward fold, child's pose. Roll your body forward and through tuck-toed up dog. Hips come back, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, lift the left leg up, down dog split. Exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb. Back knee comes down, untuck the toes. Arms come forward, out and up, Anjaneyasana. Hands come back down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, begin to straighten both legs. Stay here for a moment, just getting a nice stretch out in both legs. Hands on fingertips, back leg is really engaged. Then back into that left knee and step your right foot up to meet your left. Forward fold. Arms come out to either side, lift them up. Palms come up, look up, press. Hands come back to the center of your chest. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Step your left foot back this time. Back knee comes down, untuck the back toes, keeping that 90-degree angle in your front leg. Left hand comes down to the ground and then right arm reaches up to the sky. Take a nice breath. Hips come forward. Look up at your thumb if you can. Swim that right hand down. Hands come on fingertips. Hips come back. Right toes come up. Runner stretch. Breathing nice and into this. One more inhale. Getting into that hamstring. Chest tries to stay towards your leg. Bend back into that right knee. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hands come down. Come back into your last down dog. Roll your body forward and through to that tuck-toed up dog. Knees come down, untuck the toes. Come back to your child's pose. Arms can stay out in front of you, or arms can come back to your heels. Whichever feels more comfortable and calm. Really begin to let everything just settle down. So you move through things, you move some stuff around, and now we'll make our way to our rest. So let everything settle in this child's pose. Breathing, noticing where your breath is going. And then whenever you're ready, you'll sit yourself up on your shins and using whatever props and whatever you want, you're going to come down into lying on your backs. So I'm going to use my blanket. I'm going to roll it up into this burrito-like thing. But you could also use your blocks for this. You can put blocks underneath your sacrum. I'm going to put this blanket underneath my knees. And then similarly, as we transition from like moving fast to moving slow, we'll see how quickly we can slow our bodies down. Just really let ourselves come to a nice rest as we listen to the rest of Kara's music. Arms will come down by your sides. Legs will just be nice and flopped out to either side. And then you'll really continue to notice your breath here. You can roll your shoulders down and back and just fidget your way into comfort so that you find a nice final rest in this Shavasana. And if you didn't want to do anything with your props, or if you put a prop somewhere and you don't want to use it anymore, just move it out and just really find some rest. As the rest of Kara's calming music plays out, I'm just going to leave you here. And I hope that you find some more calm and peace and kindness throughout your day. So give yourself some grace and gratitude for practicing and taking the time out of your day to practice. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you.